Well, kindergartners, we're gonna work on some pattern cats, and I'm gonna give you a circle and an oval. The first part that I would do is to do this oval, and I want you to know where it goes. So if you put it up at the top, you can see it's almost to the top. If you put just a little line below it, so you can see that little mark, then I'm gonna move it down to that mark. That's gonna give me some room for the top of the head. So I'm gonna move that down. So you put it on the top, you make a little mark, then you put it right below it. Then I can take this piece, this one is gonna go right at the bottom, and I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna trace this circle. Now, the next part that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the top of the head. So this is kind of the area where the nose and the mouth is gonna go. If I make the top of the head up here, it's just a curved line, goes from one side to the other. Then, I'm gonna make this connect to this to make a neck. And then I'm gonna make some paws down here. And once I have that done, then I'm gonna make some legs. And I've seen students do it really tiny right here. I'm gonna go up and over and around. Then I'm gonna do that on this side. I'm gonna go up and over and around. So I've got my legs, I've got my paws, I've got my, like the tummy for my cat. Now I'm gonna put a tail in here. And now I need to figure out where the ears are gonna go. The ears are gonna go on the top of the head. Sometimes I've had students put the ears on this part where the mouth is gonna go. Make sure your ears are up here. So I'm gonna have my ears up at the top, just using some triangle shapes. And then my eyes are gonna go right here. Sometimes I have students put the eyes down here. If I make a line right here, I can make this a curved line. I'm gonna make it kind of like a letter M. So that's one side, and then this is the other side. So you can see it looks like a letter M. And I'm gonna put a circle inside. Now, down here is where the nose is gonna go. So if I make a V shape, that's gonna make my nose, and then I can make kind of a backward J, or that's actually a forward J, and then this is a backwards J. It looks like a W. Then I can put some whiskers, I could put some eyebrows, and I can put some details in the ears. If you get this done, you can even add some claws down here. When you have your cat drawn, then you can raise your hand, and I'm gonna give you these things. They're called oil pastels. And I am gonna use these. They're kind of like crayons, but I'm gonna use just one of them and I'm gonna trace all my lines. So I'm gonna be careful not to do this too fast. I'm gonna take it, and you can see that I'm pressing it down hard, because sometimes I'll have students do this and they'll be really light, be really tiny. So please try to stay right on the line. I might even kind of go back and forth. You can see my hand is kind of moving back and forth. It's not a race. Take your time, stay right on that line. Now, one thing about these oil pastels is if I rub my hand on it, it will smear. We use these to make your dots before when we did color mixing. So press it on hard, just don't rub your hand on it. And I'm just picking one color, I'm gonna be right on that line. And I might say, well, should we do it lightly or kind of hard? We want to press it on pretty hard. When I have that done, I'm going to use the same color to trace the neck, to trace my tail, and I'll trace the face. I want to be right on the face, because the face is a really important part of it, so I want to make sure the face looks really nice. Right on that line. I'll trace the nose, trace the mouth. Oh, I got off the line a little bit. I got to slow down. Trace my whiskers. And I'm just working my way up to the top of my paper. Ooh, I went too fast. Gotta slow down there. Then we'll trace the eyebrows, and we'll trace my eyes. When this is done, you can see that I did leave the inside of the eye. When this is done, I'm going to make sure these lines look nice and smooth. I'm gonna pick a color for the nose. So I'm gonna use this and I'm gonna do a color, well, I think I'm gonna do a color for the eyes first, and then we'll do a color for the nose. And I'm gonna do a color, I think, we know blue and pink mixed together. I'm gonna make these blue instead. Make those stand out more. And I'm gonna make these pink. One thing I don't want you to do is I don't want you to color in the whole face. I wouldn't color the whole eye either. So you can see I'm leaving the rest of the eye white, leave the rest of the face alone because we are gonna do some painting on these. When you are done with that, you can start to do pattern. We've done a lot of pattern this year. So you can do line pattern where I'm gonna have two colors. So I'm picking out now yellow and green, and I'm gonna do straight, and then I'm gonna do zigzag. Then I'm gonna do straight, and then I'm gonna do zigzag. I might also ask you where we're gonna put patterns. Well, we're gonna put patterns on the body. We're gonna put patterns on the legs. So I'm gonna pick two new colors. I'm gonna pick maybe this purple, and we'll do pink. And I'm gonna do on this one, I think that I'm gonna do the patterns going this way. I'm gonna do broken, and I'm gonna do curvy. Now it looks like I ran out of space, so I got curvy, broken, this is gonna be curvy. So pick two colors, and we'll do the same thing over here. So I'm gonna do curvy, and then I'm gonna do broken, and then I'm gonna do curvy. And then I would put pattern also on the neck. So I'm gonna do maybe blue and brown. And I think for this one, I'm gonna do looping, and then I'm gonna do dotted, and then I'm gonna do looping. Okay. If you have time, you can do a pattern on the tail too. So I think on this one, I'm gonna do kind of this golden color, and I'm gonna do orange. And I'm gonna do a pattern of straight, and then I'm gonna do wavy. And then I'm gonna do straight. So most of us won't get all the patterns done today. We're gonna work more on them next time, but only put patterns on the body, put patterns on the legs, put the patterns on the neck, put patterns on the tail. Do not put patterns on the face. We're gonna do painting on other parts of it, so don't color it all in because then you won't have anything to paint. When we're done, please make sure that these are all nice and neat in the box. Sometimes you have to move them over a little bit to get them to all fit. So you can see if I move this one up, then this one will fit here. So let's have fun working on these pattern cats.